Drake and Kendrick Lamar story. I mean, sure, I knew they were publicly beefing with each other, but then came this news that the lawsuit that Drake had filed had happened. And now the whole music industry seems to be asking, what is going on here? So to kind of sum it up for you, Drake has filed a legal petition against Universal Music Group accusing the company of negligence for promoting Kendrick Lamar's diss track about Drake. Got all that? Yeah, I know. This is kind of a big deal, though. So A.R. Shaw is the executive editor at Atlanta Daily World and the author of Trap History and joins us now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, how big of a deal is this?
This is huge. As a journalist who has covered hip hop and rap culture for over a decade and had written a book on rap music, this type of lawsuit is something that has never occurred with rap or hip hop culture. No rapper has ever filed legal motions against a label based on a diss record.
What it seems like, AR, though, is that Drake here is complaining that people didn't like his song enough. Like, how can you blame the record company for that?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I want to understand Drake's end goal. Does he want to expose the music industry for payola schemes and the use of manufactured record sales, or is he attempting to get out of his $400 million contract with Universal Music Group? And there could be another play on his part. Maybe he's attempting to stop Kendrick Lamar from performing "Not Like Us" at the Super Bowl. So this is really a perplexing type of legal motion, and we're all wondering, what is Drake's end goal?
Yeah. Can you explain then for people who don't fully understand this? How is this idea of two artists kind of beefing with each other? How central is that to hip hop culture and rap?
Yes, from a culture standpoint, he's placing himself at a point of no return. If you think about hip hop culture and just the history of the genre, we've seen multiple rap beefs and rap battles, and it's really like a sport competition, a friendly competition. We've seen KRS-One versus MC Shan. We've seen Nas versus Jay-Z. We've seen this before. And so, but we've never seen the repercussions of what's happening right now with Drake filing a legal motion. Usually what happens with rap culture is, rappers, they exchange verbal jabs at each other in a playful manner. Sometimes it can go a little bit too far, but at the end of the day, usually both artists usually shake hands, they go home and they go about their career. But this is something that has never happened, and it could set a precedent.
Right, because it was an understood thing, right? That this is what you do, and you each get some promotion out of this.
Definitely. I mean, it's a part of it's like a spectacle. If you can think about a
Right.
boxing match or a big sporting event, this is what a rap battle is. Who has the best verbiage? Who can pretty much one up the other artist? And usually the audience they're the ones who decide who the winner is. With this Drake and Kendrick Lamar rap battle, it was obvious that Kendrick Lamar was the clear cut winner. And so, with that being said, we all believe that once Kendrick Lamar was named as the winner, that things would just die down. Eventually, both artists would go about their careers. But with this legal motion, it really goes into sketchy territory.
Okay, now he's alleging things like payola and that Universal Music Group was promoting Kendrick Lamar over his, and there were all sorts of shady things going on. How much of a factor is all of that still in the music industry?
I mean, if you think about it, if both artists are under Universal Music Group, and if Drake is claiming that bots and things were used to help Kendrick Lamar's song reach levels, I'm sure that Drake benefited in some form or fashion because this is just kind of what happens with the music industry. Now, if this actually goes to court, we will actually, the public will get a chance to see what's actually happening and how much payola plays a part in an artist's success. But also the other issue, he filed a second legal motion claiming defamation based on Not Like Us and some of the claims that Kendrick Lamar had against Drake. And that's another, interesting route that could occur because Drake said some damaging things about Kendrick Lamar in his rap songs, and so I'm just trying to figure out. We're all trying to figure out
Yeah.
what's going to happen with this whole case.
So does the public, are we manipulated by the big music companies in terms of what we hear and what becomes popular?
In a sense, yeah. I think if you're the casual listener of a streaming service, I'm sure there's certain artists that gets more plays than others. But at the end of the day, specifically with rap culture, is not really about sales. No one who's really true to rap and hip hop culture cares about album sales. They care about the good, how good a song is produced. What are the lyrics? They really care mostly about how well a song is put together, not so much how the albums sell. So I think it's really a difference in terms of who legitimizes sales over the actual art. And so I
Right.
think that's what they play right here.
Okay, so I'm fascinated by that. So you're saying the sales in the bigger picture of rap don't really matter as much as the art of it, and that's how you score the points.
That's it. I mean, if you think about hip hop history, Nas's Illmatic is considered the greatest rap album of all time. But if you look at the charts, Nas's Illmatic didn't really sell many records. It just didn't really chart well. And so there's a lot of albums that are really considered classics in hip hop that didn't really reach a large global audience. And so when we talk about numbers, that's not really a specific thing that matters in terms of rap culture and the people who really endure the
Right.
genre. I think that's a bigger thing in terms of business, and it's an ego thing as well. Some artists really lean on those numbers, while other artists really lean on the art.
So it sounds like it's about perception.
Definitely, it's something that's someone like Drake, who is considerably the biggest rap artist over the past decade. You know, he's someone who's really benefited from this system in terms of just being present in any time he releases a music project. And so he's someone who, going into this battle, most people believe that he would outstream Kendrick Lamar just based on past performance from both artists. But it kind of flipped in terms of what Kendrick was able to produce, particularly with Not Like Us, in terms of it becoming this global hit. And that's something that Drake, I don't think, is used to in terms of just not gaining the upper edge when it comes to record sales. That was the interesting part about this whole thing.
Okay, so then where are they making their money?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, artists are touring. I mean, touring is a big thing now.
Yeah.
Touring, merchandise. They're finding different ways and avenues to make money, and I don't think that people should think that the music industry isn't making money. It's still a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's a lot of money that's still being made within the music industry. But there's just different ways that they're able to make money, particularly different from what was in the past in terms of completely just record sales. They're finding new avenues to make money.
So it sounds like Drake took this more personally than any artist has taken this before.
Yeah, I mean, this is overall. I mean, it seems like this has been a very stressful year for Drake. And it seems like he's losing a sense of control. But if we go back to April 2024, there was a time when Drake was actually pushing Kendrick Lamar to release a diss record and to engage in a rap battle. So to turn around and file a lawsuit after the fact that the audience said that he didn't win just doesn't sit right with a lot of fans who are really into hip hop and rap music.
I got to say, he's Canadian, so it's kind of embarrassing for us up here, AR.
Well, I mean, I think Canada has done a great job in terms of just hip hop. Period. Cardinal Official, Drake, and Drake has he's always going to be considered a hip hop legend just because of what he's done in the past, right? He's really like I say, he's one of the biggest artists from a global standpoint. So no one can take that away. But moving forward, how does this may harm his credibility? Because with rap in the hip hop culture, it's all about credibility. Does the audience really believe what you're saying? Does the audience really believe you as a person? And if you're making a move like this, filing a lawsuit, or filing a legal motion, which is preparing for a lawsuit, that's counter to the culture of hip hop. It's something that's like an unwritten rule. It's something that you just don't do.
Well, I learned so much this morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much for having me.
That is A.R. Shaw, executive editor at Atlanta Daily World and author of Trap History, explaining the details behind all the headlines you're seeing about what is going on with Drake, what is this legal petition he's filed against Kendrick Lamar and all these record companies. And so you can see kind of the bigger cultural issues there. It really is about what's going on in the music industry today. I did learn so much, so thank you so much to A.R. Shaw for being with us.